Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm the Gamer's Digester, and today I've got a question for you. A question that was asked to me that I went over in my previous video, but today I'm going to be going over it in a little bit more detail because I feel like it's honestly probably one of the best questions I've heard in a while. Now, what that question is, and I'll paraphrase a little bit here and maybe add my own spice, but it's along the lines of, at this point, are these handhelds, these new powerful handhelds like the Asus ROG Ally, are they even portable? Now, I'm going to be diving into this. I feel like it's a multi-layered question, and I've got some points I'd like to make. But before we get into all that, I'd just like to say thank you guys for, we just hit 1,000 subscribers. This has been a big milestone of mine, and I'm very happy to say that we reached that in just about 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, somewhere around there. And I am so excited, you guys, for this channel, just for the future of everything. And if you enjoyed today's video, I encourage you guys to subscribe, stick around. I post daily, sometimes multiple times a day. It's honestly, it's just super fun. I enjoy doing this for you guys. But with all that said and out of the way, let's just hop right in. With this question, I'd like to ask you guys, what are you willing to sacrifice? What is your limit? Because right now, as we speak, there's no way to get more battery life out of this device without, well, I guess there are optimizations that Asus can make, but just the actual battery size, there is really nothing that we can do more. This is a 1080p device that's running at 120 frames. It is an incredible machine, and I have loved playing on it. But for me, almost all of my game time has been plugged into the wall. Now, I kind of expected that when I purchased the device. I knew that that was what I was going to do, but that's not what this device is marketed as. This is a handheld portable gaming PC. Now, of course it's portable. I think we came to the conclusion of that in my previous video. You can take this device with you, but if you don't have power, you're kind of on your own. And of course there are portable batteries. So you could have a portable generator with you. I'm just talking about the actual standalone device because that's what you paid $700 for. And so you obviously can have portable batteries, but that kind of defeats the whole purpose, right? Of course it's an easy solution, but it defeats the idea. Like this is a complete package when you buy this. So all these other third parties, devices, all that, we're just going to leave that there. So for me, what my limit is, what I'm willing to sacrifice, and this is what I decided in my previous video, and I got a little backlash for it. I would be willing to sacrifice the entire battery life. I would honestly be willing to just not even have a battery in a handheld gaming device like this, just to get more performance, because I have never been playing this device not plugged in. I'm dead serious. I have chargers in here in my room, at work. I literally have chargers everywhere that I need it because I like getting that full performance. Now, here's something that I'd like to touch on that I feel like is a very important subject. And I'll title it Diminishing Returns, because there's something that the Ally has an issue with that I feel like a lot of other devices do as well in this kind of category. So it's around 35 watts for the, oh my gosh, he's getting away from me. 30 or 35 watts for the device to get max power to it. But when does that stop making sense? So when you're around that 30 to 35 watt range, how much better is it than 20 or 25? And the short answer is not that much. And that's about a 50% increase, 20 to 30. And you're getting maybe a couple more frames, maybe a bit more resolution, whichever one you're looking for. And is that worth it? Because that's what I paid for. When I purchased this device, I knew that it was going to be a powerful gaming machine. If I wanted something that performed well at 15 watts, I already have that, and it's the Steam Deck. If we're looking at just spec to spec, the Steam Deck is a much better purchase if you plan to play this on the go how it's intended. And I mean that, how it's intended, not with 30 portable batteries strapped to the back, with cooling devices, all of this. That's just extra, that's bougie. That's for people who really want to mod the device. Keep in mind that the target audience for this might be someone who's a little bit older, but there are definitely people who are going out of their way, out of their means to buy this device because they want it. And our solution of, oh yeah, just buy $100 portable battery, buy all these different things, don't forget a case, carry like all this stuff, that's really sometimes not an option for people. So that's why I'm looking at this like just the actual base device. What are we getting? For the Nintendo Switch, I'd say you could probably get around 4 to 5 hours of game time. Now, you can debate that in the comments, but the Nintendo Switch is a pretty lightweight game. The games on there are pretty lightweight. So you're honestly looking at a decent battery life, and I don't think a lot of people have complained about that. I think the Nintendo Switch does a genuinely great job. Next up would be the Steam Deck. I'd say, depending on the games you're playing, you could probably get 2 to 3, maybe 3 to 4 hours. Feel free to drop what you guys feel about that in the comments, but I feel like that's a generous battery life expectancy. For the Asus, maybe an hour to 2 hours. And honestly, I don't like the trend that we're seeing here. Like, I love how lightweight and portable this device is. I really do. It's small. It fits in my hands. But honestly, I wouldn't mind if it was about an inch or two longer, maybe a little bit taller, and it had double the battery life. You know, like that is something that I feel like needs to be talked about. It doesn't have to be this tiny little machine, because if that's the case, then you completely destroy the whole reason for this thing existing. We want something that we can play AAA games on the go. That's what this is supposed to be, yet we're only able to get that for about an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on the game that you're playing. So I guess the whole point is, why even make this? Why was this device created? There's been so much back and forth in my comments of people saying that they understand what I'm saying. They only play this device plugged in. Or they'll say, if you just play indie retro games, then you're getting 4 hours of battery life, maybe 3 hours of battery life. But that's not what this device is for. It really is not. I would love to go over why I think that, but that might take a while. The whole idea behind this device, all the specs, everything that we're getting, screams AAA games. I'm telling you, when I saw this device and I heard what it did better than the Steam Deck, the first thing I didn't think is, I can't wait to go play Brotato on this thing at 120 hertz. No, it was, I want to see how this can run Modern Warfare. I want to see how this can run Forza. AAA games. Can it run them better than the Steam Deck? Will they look better? And the answer is obviously yes. It destroys these games. Look at how, this is a AAA first-person shooter. It looks gorgeous on here. Unplug the battery, or unplug the cable. No, it still looks pretty good, but is it worth the $700 purchase to only have 1 hour of battery life? And what will the next generation of devices look like from here? Will they just be getting incrementally worse? Are we looking at, in the future, 30 minutes, but you've got like a 3070 strapped inside of here? Is that portable? Honestly, I don't really know what to think. I don't know where to go. I'd love to hear your guys' opinion on this, because I feel like that's a very real question. This is a turning point for handheld devices. We've got something that can perform and outperform some lower-end gaming PCs, but we're only getting an hour of battery life. And I say only. There are some people who might be going on trips, plane rides, whatever, and they don't have access to an outlet. If you're going on a week-long trip, camping, and you've got all your games loaded up, and you don't know if there's going to be power there, you've got an hour to figure that out. An hour. That's crazy, you guys. Like, think back to when you were a kid, if you played the DS or Game Boy or any handheld device for that matter. I mean, you might have an entire weekend worth of playtime. If you're playing Pokemon Leaf Green or Fire Red or something, I mean, I might just be having rose-tinted lenses on, but I feel like you would probably have a really long game time with that. Maybe like 10 hours, something like that, if not more, which is more than enough to get back home, get to a battery, or get to a outlet, sorry. So I guess I might just leave this as an open-ended question. and see what you guys come up with. If you think that what I'm saying doesn't make any sense, but there's only so many ways that this device can go. And with that, I'll let you guys go. You have a fantastic weekend. I hope all of you guys have a good day today. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe. I make videos daily, if not multiple. It's getting kind of bad. I'm just having fun with it here, but I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.